Lionel Messi called Lamine Yamal the best of the next generation months before facing him in a World Cup final, while half of football was still hedging, still comparing him to legends with an asterisk attached, or picking apart his personal life instead of his game. Yamal then went out and beat Messi for the World Cup at 18 years old. Here's how that actually played out.
Yamal recuerdo lo lave y Vane cuando era niño y es una sensación maravillosa que ahora esté jugando en Barcelona. Creo que es el mejor jugador del mundo actualmente, a pesar de su corta edad. Espero que no hagan la comparación que hacen los medios y los periódicos entre Yamal y yo, porque ni siquiera yo, cuando tenía su edad, podía hacer lo que él está haciendo ahora. Él está solo y creo que lo hará. Conseguir muchos balones de oro, pero claro que no me pueden seguir a...
The REO Sport got the first version of it in May 2026, and Messi didn't dance around the question. There is a new generation of footballers who are very good and who have many years ahead of them. But if I have to choose one because of age, for what he has done so far, and for the future he may have, it is Lamine. No "let's wait and see" attached to that, just a direct answer. A near-identical version of the quote surfaced again closer to the World Cup final. Footballers who are very good and who have many years ahead of them. But if I have to choose one because of his age, what he's done so far, and the future he could have, it's Lamine. There's no doubt. For me, he's the best. And speaking to beIN Sports right before the final itself, Messi pushed the praise even further. Lamine is a fantastic player. I've followed him very closely because he plays for a club that I love and will always wish the best for. At just 19 years old, he's already one of the best players in the world. He has his entire career ahead of him and the chance to achieve something historic. Then, because competitiveness doesn't just switch off, he added one more line. We'll try to make sure that doesn't happen this time.
Stack that against what was actually being said about Yamal over the 2 years leading up to that moment, and the gap becomes obvious. Barcelona sporting director Jordi Cruyff got asked directly about Messi comparisons and drew a hard line. He's a different player, with a different talent, with a lot of personality for his age. But to say that he's going to be a Messi? We'll know when he's 30. Xavi, the manager who handed Yamal his professional debut, landed in nearly the same place. I hope Lamine can mark an era, but we are not doing him any favors saying that. He said adding that comparisons to Messi haven't gone that well for all the players who've worn them before. Former France international Florent Malouda called the Messi and Ronaldo talk too much right now, warning it risked erasing his own personality. Real Oviedo captain Santi Cazorla kept it even simpler. Comparisons with Messi and Cristiano are not good for anyone. Lamine must write his own story and be left in peace to enjoy his youth.
Some of what landed on Yamal skipped the football conversation entirely and went straight after his personal life. Former Spain manager Javier Clemente told Cadena Ser in November 2025, "As a player, he's very good, but if his personal life doesn't reflect the behavior of a professional athlete, he won't last long. That's clear. They won't allow it." Real Madrid icon Guti went after him publicly for wearing his cap backwards at a national team press conference. I don't like that because he's with the Spanish national team. And beyond both of those, Yamal faced an actual investigation from Spain's Ministry of Social Justice after reportedly hiring performers with dwarfism to entertain guests at his 18th birthday party, on top of ongoing media noise around his relationship with singer Nicki Nicole and the cars he'd been buying as a teenager. Spain manager Luis de la Fuente wasn't having any of it and said so directly. Lamine is an 18-year-old but very mature young man. He's a football genius. We should focus on that more than whether he's bought a car, a motorcycle, or is seen with a girlfriend. Lamine hasn't done anything that could be criticized, he said, going as far as arguing Yamal should be enjoyed the same way you do Lionel Messi. Yamal's father, Munir Nasraoui, put it even more bluntly. "I do not listen to outside criticism. My son is doing things right. He hasn't done anything wrong." Yamal himself never pretended the noise wasn't there either. Speaking to Mundo Deportivo in July 2026, right before the World Cup quarterfinals, he admitted, "There are days when you wonder why people are saying certain things, but when you're playing well,
everyone has to stay quiet. Years earlier, asked about being labeled cocky,
Plenty of people in the sport weren't hedging on Yamal at all, and that's worth putting on the record too. Cristiano Ronaldo said it flat out. I see a lot of talent in Lamine Yamal. I think he will be one of the best in this generation for sure. Xavi, even while warning against the Messi comparisons, still called him talented, strong, humble, and predicted he'd definitely mark a new era here at Barca. Belgium goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, about to face him in the World Cup quarterfinal, described him as a star with incredible talent who's very difficult to stop. So it isn't that nobody believed in Yamal, because plenty did. What actually sets Messi's comments apart from Ronaldo's or Courtois' isn't the compliment itself, it's the specificity. He wasn't just praising talent, he was making a direct, unqualified claim about where Yamal ranks in his entire generation, months before ever sharing a pitch with him. July 19th, 2026 brought Messi and Yamal face to face for the first time in either of their careers in the World Cup final itself. Spain won it 1-0 in extra time, and at 19 years old, Yamal became the youngest player in history to win both the European Championship and the World Cup, having already claimed Euro 2024 at just 17. What happened after the final whistle said as much as the scoreline. Yamal walked away from Spain's celebration to find Messi on the pitch. The two embraced, and Yamal later revealed exactly what Messi told him. He told me to keep going my way, and that the future belongs to our generation. Those words mean as much to me as the gold medal around my neck. Yamal called him the best in the history, and added he's someone I've always admired.
Es una auténtica locura, de verdad. Si me hubieras dicho hace unos años que a los 18 años estaría aquí parado levantando la Copa del Mundo después de jugar contra Leo Messi en una final, te habría dicho que estabas loco. Ahora mismo estoy intentando no llorar porque este es un momento con el que he soñado toda mi vida. O sea, esta victoria es para mi familia, para Rocafonda y para cada persona en España que nos apoyó y nos empujó en cada minuto difícil de este torneo. Jugar contra Leo en un escenario como este fue algo surrealista. Él es el mejor de la historia y alguien a quien siempre he admirado. Cuando sonó el pitido final, mi primer instinto fue ir a mostrarle todo mi respeto y fue increíblemente generoso. Me dio la mano y me dijo que siguiera adelante porque...
Messi wasn't guessing back in May. As a fellow Barcelona Academy product, he watched Yamal closely enough to call it months in advance, while plenty of respected voices around Yamal were still saying, let's wait, or spending their airtime on his birthday party instead of his football. The result was that Yamal went out and beat Messi's Argentina in the single biggest match of both of their careers, at an age where most players are still fighting for a first-team spot.
This time against Real
Messi never
Betis, and
needed a
after
trophy
83
to be
minutes
proven
with
right.
Barcelona cruising to a 4-0 victory, Xavi decided it was time to release the teenage prodigy onto the world stage. So
wearing
Yamal,
Yamal's
aged
number
15
19,
years and
standing
290
on the
days,
other
replaced
side of the
Xavi to
pitch.
become the